Alright everyone, welcome to another episode of my video. I'm just giving a quick update on this one. Today is 7th of February. I'm just updating you. I think the last video I made was in January last month. And I'm here now to let you know that apart from the TAN, I got the TAN ETF that I wanted to get, and right now I just bought Tilray at the end of January. And Tilray, I haven't really bought it, but what I'm doing is I'm selling puts on it, and if it eventually gets assigned to me, then I'll have ownership on it and I'll start selling calls as well. So for right now, I'm selling puts. I was able to get TAN at the end of December. We all know that, which was my Christmas gift to myself. And the next one on the line was supposed to be Tilray, which I've gotten now. And then the next one after that, I know I wanted to get Beto, like I said in the previous video, but I kind of changed my mind about that, and now I'm getting pins. Pins to be the ticker symbol for Pinterest. Pinterest on the next one I'm getting, and I believe that's about 27 bucks now. So about 100 of that will be 2007, and I intend to get a few hundreds of that. So the reason I got the TAN, I don't know if I explained this in the previous videos, but the reason I got the TAN before was to pay for my car financing, which I might be selling this car and then dumping the money onto the market again. But with the way the market, as volatile as the market is right now, I don't want to make that move just yet. But I'm playing really defensive right now, so I'm not buying these stocks right off the bat. Like the TAN I bought, it was close to 9,000 as at the time I wanted to buy it, and by the time I finally got the money to get into it, it had come down to about 7,878, which would be 7,800 if I was to buy 100 shares of that. So what I did was I used the poor man's covered call, or LIPS. So instead of buying the whole stock outright, I bought a call for January 19, 2024. I believe that's the expiration date, and I bought that for 1,800 instead of 7,600. But the strike point, or the strike price, was for 7,400. So I paid 1,800 for that, and I'm selling calls on it as if I own the stock. So it's like I'm renting it, or I borrowed. It's like I'm renting the stock for the next 2 years. And I said I was going to explain this strategy to people later on in future videos. But for now, just know that I didn't buy it up front. I have the money in my brokerage, but I only use 1,008 of that to take control of the stock, so that I start making the profit off of the calls. But I still have the remaining 6,000 or so in cash in my brokerage. I'm not touching that one. For the Tilray that I got right now, I'm just selling puts on that. I'm selling 2 contracts puts on that. Now the purpose for that Tilray, or the reason I got that Tilray, is to pay for my home maintenance. I hate DIY. I can't stress that enough. I don't like DIY. I think it's a waste of time, and I think this is because of my upbringing. Now I wouldn't say it's traumatic. It was all for the experience, but my dad loved DIY. He would fix everything in the house. He was a mechanical engineer by trade, but he was the director of road traffic, chief vehicle inspection officer while he was in the government. He's a pensioner now, but while he was in the government, so he was high up in the ranks, but he loved machines because he was professionally trained as a mechanical engineer. And you know, men who like trade, or men who like to get their hands dirty, they fix everything from carpentry to electricity to name it. He did everything. And times I was supposed to spend having fun with my friends, we'll be outside under the tree, because in Nigeria it's blazing hot. We'll be under the tree fixing the car, the carburetors, the alternators, the injectors. He does everything. And I didn't. For me, the way I see it is, if you do your 9 to 5 at your job, that puts food on the table. Then you have 5 to 9 on your hustles. That's the way I see it. But his hustle was basically his hobby. So he was using all that time to fix the cars and fix everything in the house to save money. The problem I see with that is you can't leverage. You can't leverage it. You can save, but firstly, it won't be a professional job done. Okay, it'll be good. My dad was really good at it, but the amount of time he spent on these activities, I thought it would have been better spent in income generating hustles, which you can then use the money to invest, which is what I'm doing. So I do 9 to 5 to put food on the table and pay the bills. I have some money left over in savings and then invest those. But that's not as much as I would want it to be, because at this age I can't afford it. I'm 43. I turned 43 last week. I can't afford to not go full throttle. So I got like you don't know, I got the Uber Eats and Just Eat and Deliveroo on the side. So that I do that. Then from I finish work at 6 and I start that at 7 up till 11 p.m. Now the money I'm getting there is the one I'm investing. So I really don't have time for DIY. And of course my wife wants me to do DIY. I can do the little things like, you know, changing light bulbs or fixing door handles or oiling the rusty, the little things like that. But when it comes to like changing the whole light panel on the ceiling, removing that and bringing out the wires, naked wires from the ceiling and buying a new part to fit as an upgrade and all that, or painting the house, I'm not interested in that. So what I'm trying to do now is outsource it. I'll get a handyman who is good at fixing things in the house, and then the money I'm making from the Tilray, I'm gonna use that to pay him for his job. And the budget for that is 50 euros a month, which would be about 57 or 60 dollars. Right now, for today's Monday, so I sell weekly options. Every week I'm making about roughly $20 on the Tilray, so which will end up to about 80 at the end of the month, or 50, you know, give or take 80, 50. Some weeks it'll be higher, some weeks it'll be low, but that then will be, and I put that in a house maintenance account. So, and it's not every month that you have something to do in the house, so you just put it. I learned this during a property course I attended. As a land, like if you own a property, you need to put a whole 1 month income aside for house maintenance, or you divide it over the 12 months and you put each month, you put that equivalent away for when things are broken. So that's what I'm doing to get rid of the DIYs in my life. I want to outsource just about everything I hate doing, and this is how I intend to do that. Tilray down in the bag. The next one is pins, which hopefully I'll be getting in about 2 months time. I have a few extra expenses this month, like my car road tax is expiring this month. My NCT, in this country we call it NCT, in the UK it's called MOT. I don't know what it's called in America, but basically what it is a test to see if your car is still roadworthy, if it's safe, if it's roadworthy. I think we do that every 2 years here, depending on your car. So mine has gotten to the point where I have to do it. When I bought it, I didn't have to do it because it was relatively new. Now I have to do it. So I'm doing it on Thursday. Today's Monday. I'm doing it on Thursday, and hopefully it passes. If it passes, fine. If it doesn't, I might have to do some work on that, which will affect the amount I'm putting aside for the investment. But I knew that coming into the investment, and I wasn't putting. I didn't have any savings for emergency or whatever, and that was intentional because I wanted to put everything into the stock market, and then I have the credit card that I have all paid up for emergency. That's what those ones are for. So that's the plan for now. Pins is the next target. Pins is about $27 right now, $27, which will be about 2007 per contract, and I intend to get 1 or 2 contracts of those hopefully by April. I'll get that when February, yeah? Okay, March, April. By April, May, I'll get that, and then I go on holiday. I have holiday planned for Portugal in July. That will be a reward to celebrate, or yeah, to celebrate the milestone. And then I have 2 other ones coming up, and that'll be, I think what I'll do is actually at some stage I'll actually show you my spreadsheet of the stocks I have that I'm putting down to be taking care of some expenses. So the one for travel, Pins will be taking care of travel. Tilray, like I said, is taking care of home expenses. The TAN is taking care of car finance, and I have I think KSS calls will be taking care of my medical insurance, monthly medical insurance. And then I have another one which will be Michael Kors, and what's that one called? CPRI. That's the ticker symbol. That'll be taking care of, you know, shopping and, you know, having a good time and things like that. So I have some stocks that I have in a spreadsheet, and I'm monitoring them. So just keeping you up to date with what I have, and hopefully I'll make another video soon. It's 10 minutes on the dot, and I like to keep it less than 10 minutes. So sorry about that. I'll make another video in not too distant future. Sayonara.